Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy BabyFNelson here, back with another video for you guys. Today, I am covering my Technomancer build. I know a lot of you guys have seen me running it to help and do a lot of helps on twitch.tv/BabyFNelson. So I want to go ahead and put it out there so you guys can see exactly what's in this build, how I have it set up, and the choices I made from the class to the skills and to everything. It's a bladed round build because you know what it is. You know what Technos do. Pew, 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 all day. You know what it is. So let's get right into the build. Let's check it out, baby. All right, guys. So let's start off and check out what I have this set up as. Let's check out the class tree first. Here is my selection on my class tree, what I am running. I won't cover each individual node, but I'll cover the big ones. Running exposing toxin. Every time toxic is afflicted with an enemy, vulnerable status is affected. This is a big one. You want that vulnerability to be put on each enemy. Then also vulnerable afflicted on enemies is 40% more effective. So this really helps me to be a lot more effective on anything that has armor, or anything that is like a captain or something like that, or a lead enemy. So you definitely want this tree here. Also running blur screen, so you're getting a health regen. You're getting that health regeneration threshold is increased, so that you're going to get that regen to go higher. Also have Assault Master, of course, with that increased assault rifle damage. Then we have two sides of the power. This is a really good one. It increases the damage you receive by 15%, but you also receive an additional 20% damage you put out. So it's a very big one. Of course, the clip, you want that 50% increased mag size, and also last but not least, activating decay increases weapon damage for you and your allies by 40% for 10 seconds. So every time I'm tossing out that turret, is going to give me that extra 40%, which you'll see happen in a lot of gameplay that I'll be showing this video. You'll see here, I'm tossing out the turret, and of course I'm getting that boosted damage, and then of course going on to do damage to enemies and stuff such around. So now let's also take a look at the skills that are chosen that I use. I think you will find pretty much majority of the Technos out there, since it is a meta build, most of them run this. You'll find them run a cold snap, basically doing a large freeze to the room. This is huge and immobilizes enemies, allows you to just start picking them off. Blighted turret, that turret throwing it out, putting toxic on enemies, as well as increasing that 40% damage when tossed out. And then the blighted rounds. This is what you don't want to drop, right? You want to keep rounds up as much as possible. That's the power from a Techno build, is you really want to be running it and making sure you keep those rounds up. So let's get into the actual gear itself and how that's accomplished. So right now, your main weapon is going to be attack rifle. It's basically attack rifle is going to be your main weapon you're going to be using if you're running a Techno, in my opinion. I use the Earthburn Renegade's assault rifle, which you'll find most of us running those that are running Technos. It comes with bone shrapnel, which is really good. Every time an enemy's killed, 203,000 to enemies with 5 meters around me. Of course, it inflicts bleed as well. And then Dark Sacrifice. This is now worth running, guys. So beforehand it was bugged out, but now it works. So during combat, your weapon drains up to 50% of your max health in exchange for 75% weapon bonus. So just starting to shoot my gun, I'm getting 75% extra weapon damage, which is awesome. So this is way better to me than Killing Spree. The only problem is, of course, it is pulling on your health, right? So it can make you, since we don't have shields or anything like tricksters or anything else, and most of us run these builds very glassy, Dark Sacrifice is something that you want to be doing. You got to be doing damage to get that health coming back in, because that's how you return your health on a Techno, is doing damage to enemies afflicted with toxic. Okay, so either this one is the one that I would be running. I also like to run my Infernal Seed too as well. As you can see here, both of them having crit damage and long range damage. That is very big when you're running a Techno, and you'll see why the gear I've chose to run, why it's a big thing to run to as well. You can see it has Wrath of Malak on it, and it also has Dark Sacrifice. Wrath of Malak is really nice. It inflicts burn when you hit crit shots to enemies around you in 5 meters, so it's really nice. It's just fun to play with. So I would tell you, if you don't have a good Earthborns, an Infernal Seed would be a good backup weapon for you to run. Make sure that you do run something like Dark Sacrifice, or if you have Killing Spree, that's a good one to run until you get Dark Sacrifice. Okay, the other weapons like the primary and the secondary, I just put on something that looks cool because I never use them. Honestly, they're not there for anything. They don't boost anything. They don't add any additional bonus. I'm not switching to my shotgun to kill anything. I'm not switching to my sidearm to do anything. If I'm having to pull out either one of those weapons, something has gone in terribly, terribly wrong. All right. So just know this is the gun you will use 99.9% of the time, always when you're playing on a Techno. Now let's get to the headpiece and let's start talking about the weapon talents. Start talking about the armor talents and mods that have been chosen. So if you're running a Techno, you want to use things that have bonus firepower in close range and long range. That's what you want to have in your build. Is of course that long range damage, beating as though targets. So if you look at your stats here, it will tell you here, long range damage, the bonus weapon damage dealt to enemies further than 12 meters from you, which a lot of it is further than 12 meters. So you can see 105.1% extra weapon damage for long range. This is typically 50. Right now, the reason why it's not 50, you'll see because there's a piece of gear I'm having to use to get talents the way I want until I get another close range, long range piece of gear. But this also is 40% here. It's normally 50.1. But what's great about that is, so even if things like, you know how the alien mobs jump you, you now have something to fight back with close range. You want to stay long range most of the time, but something does get close, you still have 40% extra or 50% extra weapon damage as well. That's what you want to focus on. Of course, crit hit damage as much as you can get, and then of course crit hit chance. I mean, if you're hitting a crit spot, it's you know, it's Dunsky. You're hitting crits, you're hitting them in the crit spot, so you don't even have to worry about this. So that's pretty much what you want to focus on there. So talents you see here, I have Pain Chill, which applies an extra 37,154 damage to all enemies affected by the skill. So Cold Snap actually does damage too. I have Sharp Eye, that's giving me more damage when killing enemies while aiming down sight. We have Kingslayer, more damage to when you hit crits on elites, you're getting more firepower. And then also Radical Therapy, you want that because you want to do 15% more damage to enemies affected by toxic. Captain Hunter as a must. This is a really cool talent I've been playing around with too as well, Rejuvenation. I thought about it simply because of running Dark Sacrifice. Beforehand, I passed this up a lot, but this talent's actually gotten pretty good. If you see what it does is receive almost 15,000 extra firepower, 7,000 anomaly, and almost 41,000 armor as a bonus for 8 seconds whenever your health is replenished, and it happens every 10 seconds. So what that means is periodically during the fight, when my Dark Sacrifice is draining and then I'm getting a kill and it's shooting back up, it has a chance to proc this Rejuvenation to give me not only more armor, but also anomaly power and also firepower, which all works really well. So this is actually proven to be a very good resourceful talent to pair with Dark Sacrifice and to help that damage mitigation and help survivability. On the gloves, I'm running Bloodlust. Killing shots increase your firepower by 17, basically 17.5k, stacks up to 3 times. It's worth its weight in gold. Move and Groove is one I'm kind of stuck with right now. I'd rather have crit stack or have something else in that place right now other than what I have there, which is Move and Groove. I'd rather a different type of talent, but unfortunately that's what I have to work with. But I will be rolling that off with something else. But Move and Groove basically increases firepower anomaly while you're moving, which I'm rarely stationary when I'm using this build, so it works. Then also too, on the boots, this is what's really good. I have a talent called Euthanizer. It's really nice. Of course, you guys will probably Google if you see any talent, any sort of mods that you don't know where they come from, just Google them up. It'll tell you exactly what piece of gear drop on. But Euthanizer, 25% extra damage against enemies afflicted by toxic. And then this is the big one. This is how we're not dropping bullets. It's Toxic Ledge. You see there. Killing shots on enemies afflicted with toxic replenishes 40% of the ammo of your magazine. This is how you keep the bullets up, and this is what you'd want to be doing. So in your gameplay, when you're killing and shooting at enemies, you want to, if you're shooting at an enemy and you're seeing it's not going down as fast, one of the tricks I do, if I shot like halfway down my clip and I'm like, damn, this thing is like eating right now for some reason, I'll switch off a target to another like trash ad, like one of the smaller little bitty ads that are just like a quick one burst, and get 40% of my ammo real fast, throw out my turret again, and go back at the target if I have to, if something's just being a little wonky. So that's pretty much how I have my Techno build set up. If you have any questions about anything on my builds, you can always drop it in the comments below. You can also come by twitch.tv/BabyFNelson. I'm pretty much live every other night, if not back-to-back nights. So definitely come on and hang out. Feel free to answer any questions, ask any questions. Also, I do helps pretty much every time I go live on Outriders. So if you're needing help getting through CT15s, golds, whatever you want, come on in. I got you, baby, all day. But other than that, that's basically it. It's your boy Nelson. It's been my pleasure doing this for you. As always, be easy, never sleazy, chat, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Appreciate you, YouTube. We out.
A new agent is joining you.